Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing amazing today. I'm here in Thailand and I wanted to talk to you guys today about quitting your 9 to 5 and moving to Thailand. Finding the courage to quit your job, start your own business and to move abroad. Now for me, this journey started about I think 4 years ago now. I was working a 9 to 5 and I was very unhappy. I felt very stuck in my job. For me, when it changed is when I got so fed up of the current life I had. I felt in a depression, I was really sad, and also I was not making money the way I wanted to make money. So for me, it took really being fed up with my situation where I was like, okay, I really have to change it. I have to turn it around, right? That's the first thing I want to share with you today because it's your life. And if you don't like your situation, you're the only one that can actually change it around. You have one shot at life, one life to live. So why would you choose misery and unhappiness when you can choose freedom, happiness, and liberation? How I got over the courage to quit my 9 to 5 and to actually take the leap to starting my own business is I really thought about my fears. Now, one of the things I did before quitting my 9 to 5 is I really analyzed all the fears I had surrounding quitting my job. So I wrote a list with all the fears I had, the biggest fears, and I thought of active solutions for those fears. So let's say your biggest fear is that your business fails and you lose your car, you lose your house. Worst case scenario, you might have to move back to your parents. You might have to move back to family members for a while. It's not a pleasant solution, but it's a temporary solution. You can always start over. You can always pick yourself back up. And even if you have to move back to your parents, it might take you 6 months, it might take you a year, but you will be back on your feet. Now, when you do an exercise like this, you will see that it will really help you to calm your thoughts down and to make your fears less scary. What if you start a business and it doesn't work out? You know, you might invest money and you might lose money. But the thing about money is you can always create more. There is an abundance of money in the world. So essentially, if your business fails, it's not that bad. You know, you can either start over, start a new business, or worst case scenario, you go back to your 9 to 5, right? But at least you tried. Our fears are not real. To me, my fears are not real. I see fears as things that I have to overcome. And personally, I like my fears, right? Because it's challenging me to every day work harder, go harder. As well as failure. You know, to me, failure doesn't really exist. If I start a new business and it doesn't work out, it's sad. But I learn what I need to learn and I start again. You know, I take these lessons and I start again. So in essence, it's a lesson for me. It's a way for me to grow. I don't see it as a failure in life. I'm not hard on myself. This also takes confidence because you truly have to believe in yourself and your abilities, right? And if you're starting a business for the first time, you are going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's normal because you're learning, you're growing every day. But the key to that is don't take the failure so serious. You know, it's part of it. It's a lesson. Even don't call it failure. See it as a lesson. Another thing that really helped me as well is to never stop going, you know, because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs when you start your business, and it's mostly going to be downs. It's not like what most people say on the internet, like, oh, I started my business, it went amazing, you know, I became a millionaire in a week, in a month, in a year. I think most of that is BS and not true. And for most of us, it's going to take a lot of trying, starting over, making mistakes, even starting a few businesses before we finally get this business right and start to make money, right? So for me, the biggest thing that I learned is to keep going. And let's say I have an idea and it doesn't work out. I'm going to definitely give it a year, you know. sometimes even longer, but I never stop and give up. I usually analyze the situation. Can I fix it? You know, can I try something else? Can I try a new strategy? And I just keep going. And I think that is the key. If you keep going and you hold this vision and you believe that this is going to be your life, you are creating your dream life. You are in control of your story. You know, you keep believing that thought, that is when you're gonna realize it. Now, I started my business when I still was in my 9 to 5, and I will always recommend to do that. Don't just quit your job, start a business with no backup plan. If you want to feel good, you know, if you don't want to be stressed, just keep your 9 to 5 and work before you go to your job or during your job, which is what I did, or after you come home, right? For me, I quit my job when I had enough clients, when I was comfortable, enough money was coming in, and that is when I quit my job. Now, even when I quit and I started to travel, because that was my goal, I wanted to become a digital nomad and just travel the world and work online. Even when I made that leap and I had my clients, I had to learn the hard way that the first year of business are very up and down, right? And I didn't know that. So my first year of travel was pretty rough. I lost some clients, you know, I had to figure it out along the way, and I didn't have a backup job to help me out. It was definitely a learning curve, but I kept going, you know, I kept traveling as well, and it all worked out. Now, 3 years in, I can say that I'm stable, you know, and it is a great feeling to have, but I'm sharing this because, yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself time, give your business time, stay in your 9 to 5, just as long as you need to feel secure in your business. Once my business started growing, I moved to Thailand, I moved to Asia, you know, and this was the best thing that I did. And if you're watching this video, most likely you want to do this as well. So if you're thinking about it, do it. You know, I can definitely recommend to do it. It was the best decision that I ever made in my life. Yeah, there's just something about Thailand that draws me in every time. And I think it's, first of all, the people. The people are so kind here, so friendly. It's the frequency. It's the frequency of this country. It's a very high frequency here. And you truly become one with nature. You truly become one with your true self, you know. You become grounded in a place like Thailand. It can really help your health. It can help your mood. It can really help you grow and to grow in the best version of yourself. Sometimes I go home and I talk to people, you know, I see friends, and I just notice a certain unhappiness, a certain unfulfillment in life. And I think that a lot of people go through life not really happy, going through a routine, going to their job, going home, and they're not really satisfied. They might have one vacation per year, and that's all they have, right? And I can see it in their eyes that they're so unhappy and they're just not fulfilled. And the thing as well is, for those people, they think that this is all there is. They think that they cannot change their life around. And it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. You can change your life around. But you have to truly believe it yourself. You have to find the confidence within to make that change. And I truly wish for everybody that they can find the courage to do what they love, to quit their job, and to live their dream life. But I know how hard it is. And I'm here to say it's possible. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy. It might take you some years, you know, but that's okay. That's part of the journey. It's going to make you so fulfilled, the moments when you can buy your ticket, leave, and just go where you feel most alive, right? Where you feel most happy. And that was the most important thing for me, because I was just not happy. My soul just pulled me towards Asia. is literally the best decision of my life. I'm truly really happy here. I'm really happy with traveling. But most of all, I think it's the freedom part, it's liberation, that I make my decisions. I am the director of my life, and I decide how my life is gonna go. I decide where I feel most alive, where I feel most happy. I am grateful every day that I wake up here. I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this. I never take a day for granted, and I'm also very present. And I think that allowed me to keep traveling for this long, to keep making money online for 3 years now. I'm very blessed and grateful. I also realized, like, you know, if it doesn't work out, I just start over. If it doesn't work out, I just start over. This is always what I keep in my mind, and this is what keeps my fears from creeping in, you know, because I don't really have a fear of failing, or I don't really have a fear of doing something wrong in life, because how can you do life wrong? To me, that doesn't exist. It's all about experience. It's all about following your dreams and make the most out of life. And that is what I'm doing right now. And I'm so grateful. I hope to encourage you today to take that leap, to do it. I know it's scary. Think about your life and how you want it to be. And let's say you're not happy in your situation. Do you want to keep going 10, 20 years living like this, unhappy, depressed, not satisfied with life? Or do you want to be happy, fulfilled? That is the thing you have to really think about. What is scarier? To me, it was scarier to stay in the same place and to not pursue my dreams, to not pursue my purpose. That was scarier for me because I didn't want to stay stuck in a life that I hated. So I hope that you find the courage to take the leap. If you feel like 9 to 5 is not for you and you want to start your business, go for it, do it. You can do it. If you want to follow my journey, you can subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon.